kids, we also kind of feel like we're saving the gay community from itself, because we kind of feel
I understand 100%.
Yeah.
I'm a straight man. I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. I'm a moderate conservative. I'll say that. But I think when you are first getting, I won't say the word attacked, but persecuted maybe for something that's erroneous, you'd really, if you've never been involved in something like this, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to say.
But is it true?
What's
Did he lead his students to go to his social media pages? Because if it wasn't true, then why are they saying that? Somebody wouldn't just lie about
Excuse
that.
me.
Somebody wouldn't just lie.
Never heard
do you know
that
how protected the LGBT community is from any criticism? You can't even say that a tranny is a man when it's true. And if you're conservative, you know that's the truth. You'll get shut down, you'll get demonetized, you'll lose your job, you'll get censored. So
I think you got to give him the grain of salt that he doesn't know what
I haven't spoken to him. He hasn't said anything.
He doesn't know who you are. Did you tell him that you were?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And he decided to ignore me.
Where he doesn't know what to do. So
I think he's in a position of privilege, because if this would have happened to anybody else, had not them been LGBTQ, they would have been fired. And all we ask is for equal treatment.
Okay, do you have a card that he can maybe call you later? And
I do.
When things
Yes, I do.
Settle down, because I with my whole being, I can tell you he's not a good person. I've known him too much.
I'm sorry, but I again, family protects family. Yes, I am a man on statistics and truth.
Yeah, actually, I applaud that you're. Listen, I've been a police officer my whole life. 36 years I've been a police officer. I worked in ICU organization. I worked in that for years. So I understand what you're doing, and I appreciate that. He's a good guy. I think he's just like, I don't know what to do right now with what's happening. So I'll give him this
Well, you
card.
have to, you're a police officer, so you know, if someone wasn't guilty and they're being accused of something that as disgusting as that, and you're going to go and lock everything down, you're not going to respond to nobody, no matter who they are. Be like, hey, no, this is bullshit. It didn't happen. This is what's happening. I would, if it happened to me, I would be talking to anybody that would have gave me a room to talk.
Okay, that's your perspective. He's kind
that's
of like, I don't know what's going. He's never had this. Who's really had this kind of attention or publicity?
Within the last 8 years, this has happened a lot with teachers. This has happened a lot with counselors. This has happened a lot with therapists. This has happened a lot with
but you
doctors.
have that knowledge, right? From your,
which is why this is very alarming.
I understand what you're saying.
This is a small town. This is creeping up everywhere. We were just at Waterton. There's stuff that happens in Madison. In Madison, you can be like 8 years old and go trans yourself and cut your body parts off. These people are making legislation and passing bills that are very damaging to our community, not a little just our community, but children. And then the fact that they're going to allow children to be at what is inherently known as adult entertainment to begin with.
Okay.
Shouldn't be allowed. You wouldn't take your daughter to a strip club, a burlesque house, a bar. You would not do any of that.
Somebody brought up to me, it's like, well, what about people that take their kids to Hooters? And I'm like, well, no.
That's not right either.
What about kids who take their kids to Hooters? Or what about people that take their kids to Hooters? And I'm like, well, no, they probably shouldn't be doing that either.
There's a time and a place, and this is not a time nor a place for children. Right. And that's our gripe with the community, because for honestly, the acceptance rates have dropped within the last 10 years. People are hating us. They think that everybody is a pedophile. So we're trying to protect ourselves as well.
Yeah, because I mean, the support for same-sex marriage, if you're not aware,
is going down.
Yeah, within the past couple years has dropped like almost 20%.
I think people are making assumptions on what's happening,
but not coming out and saying anything leads to more assumptions.
I will say, I mean, that's kind of what we try to do with Case Against Groomers. It's like we want everyone to know, it's like, no, we don't necessarily all agree with what's going on, because I really do truly sort of think, respectfully, that it is this stuff involving kids that is turning things around for us. And I mean, I run in conservative circles myself, and most of those folks are like really standoffish with me, and not it's always the kid thing. It's always the kid thing. And
Everything's so polarized nowadays.
No, it's true. It's true.
It is.
So I mean, I just hope that you and other folks understand that
Our perspective.
Well, I understand. In fact, I applaud what you're trying to do because I think you're trying to police your own
community.
Yes,
that's exactly why.
Making sure that people shouldn't be breaking the law.
Yes.
No.
Not
That's
only
exactly
that.
what we're trying to do.
Well, back in the beginning, like when there was NAMBLA, the gay community was quick to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
We don't associate with pedophiles. That is a done deal. But in 2023, you're okay with children being in the presence. And yes, whatever, it's not as extreme as Chicago or New York or LA. But the point is that it's still happening. You can teach your child to be accepting and loving by just telling them to be kind to everybody. You don't have to bring them here. You don't have to make them be apparent and sexualized. Not saying it's sexual, but you never know what can happen, what they're going to see, what they're going to ask.
Well, because I mean, I went to a couple of all ages drag shows, and we, went in there and we were kind of like just checking out what was going on. And anyway, now interestingly enough, this person was actually a drag king, not a drag queen. Mm-hmm. And so she was up there and like had everything exposed and all that type of stuff, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I know. And so I mean, it's kind of that thing. I mean, I can guarantee you, everyone in Gays Against Groomers, our name is not a lie. We are all gay, lesbian, bisexual, and trans as well. And so
hear me out. I don't care.
Right? No,
I don't care.
No,
I
that's
support
fair.
him. I support the gay community, and I'm a conservative.
Right.
Because people are people. You have a right to have your own life.
Of course.
I think his life outside the school has been this for years. Unfortunately, I think in your perspective, you want information that he's just not willing to provide yet. I think he shut down things to protect himself right now because people are going online and pulling that all off and using that against him. So, listen. You're very passionate about what you do.
Very.
I can tell that.
Very.
I will talk to him. I will give him your card.
I messaged him on Facebook 3 days ago.
But he doesn't know you. Listen, I've been in law enforcement all those years. You think people always tell the truth on who they are?
No, I mean, I give you that. But as a man, if someone was claiming that you were grooming children, wouldn't you want to make that go away? The school district can say whatever they want because we know who's behind the school boards, who's on there, what political leaning they are, how much they push all this bullshit in schools with the sexualized materials in books, the drag queen story hours, the drag queen performancing, and just because it hasn't happened here doesn't mean it's not going to happen yet.
Rocky,
it's happened in Madison, it's happened in Milwaukee, and I'm very protective of my community, and I'm tired of people thinking that we're groomers and pedophiles.
You have to take a position where you got to get the truth.
And I wanted the truth, and I'm waiting for the truth. Why do you think I came here tonight?
On your own perspective and time. I'll talk to him. I'll see what he says. You got to understand that he's protecting himself as well. He's listening to the school on what they want him to do as well. I can guarantee he's not grooming anybody. He's not a pedophile.
Okay.
But I really appreciate what you're doing because in law enforcement, you're kind of like a branch of what we would do, only in a different perspective. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think don't make any prejudgments. I think you are because he's not talking to you, but I don't think that's what he means.
I would honestly judge anybody the same way, though.
Okay.
And not only that, but you're a drag queen and you're going to perform in front of children when you have allegations that you're grooming children. Does not look good. Not tonight, tomorrow. He's performing tomorrow in front of children. When he's being accused of grooming children, that does not look good. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't look good.
Because you have a show.
But you can also have some kind of dignity in yourself to know that that is not appropriate and be like, maybe I won't partake in this event, but I'll do the 21 and over event.
It's kind of funny. It's like, honestly, it's like a lot of these events, they say that they're going to tone it down. And I've been to a few of them, and they do. They actually.
I've been to some that even I get embarrassed.
Right, and they'll tone it down, and I mean, I guess that's a good first step. But the thing is from the outside looking in, we've got all of these groups of people who are like, look what you're doing to kids, and it's all you gay people's fault. And so we're just kind of like, you know what? Why do we have to go this route with the kids? Just leave them alone. Because I mean, when I was growing up in the 90s and I started going to Pride, there were never kids there.
Yeah.
Never. And so that's the thing. It's like, you know.
Let's put that on the parents too. I mean,
No, that's true.
Absolutely.
do we not say,
No, the parents are just as guilty, if not more guilty, because they're bringing their children here willingly.
Right.
And that's we have a problem
my
with.
granddaughter was too. She went to an event like that, and the exposure. Their parents were there. The exposure was nothing but good. It wasn't grooming. It wasn't pedophilia. It wasn't any of that. And to advance some of your processes or your, I don't know how to say it, your thoughts or your lifestyle. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but I get what you're saying. Because one is an impetus.
But we can't
for the
just
other,
say
maybe.
we're gonna go on people who are more pornographic and explicit, but let it be okay for somebody else to do it. You can't have a double standard. You're either gonna go after all of it or none of it.
Well, and that is kind of the problem that I've seen. It's like they'll say that they'll tone it down, and then it's not really toned down.
Yeah, we just talked to a cop that said, "Oh yeah, it was supposed to be youth drag performers," which is another thing. They're having children perform in drag in front of adults. You know, as a cop, that there are pedophiles everywhere, and this is an open event. Anybody can come to this event. They're having children perform tomorrow from 12:30 to 1:45 for adults. Yes, doing drag. That's the problem we have.
It's the same thing for me, because like the reason I oppose that is the same reason I don't like freaking beauty pants.
Yeah, oh yeah, or
like
yeah,
that, 'cause it
toddlers and
sexualizes
tiaras.
young girls.
What's your first name?
Oh, my name's Chris.
Chris, Dave.
I'm Rocky.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
no
will
problem.
talk to him. I will tell him what your perspective is. Only thing I'll ask you is don't make any prejudgments.
No,
because
I'm not.
I think he's in a quandary. Like, I don't know what to do. This has never happened to me before. I'm doing my job. I'm not talking to my kids about my personal lifestyle. I'm not bringing drag into it.
But then, how did the kids find his social media page and knew where to go to find him?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Well,
I think
let's try to give him as much
Okay,
of a
well, you
fair
know what?
shake as possible.
Everything we have, we'll just put it on hold right now, and then when he speaks, then it is what it is.
At least I understand your perspective. I really appreciate your time.
So you didn't know that they're going to have kids dress up in drag and perform for adults here tomorrow?
I came tonight.
Yeah.
At an all age event. You don't.
For real, right?
That's not worrying to nobody. It's an all age event. Anybody's welcome. Children are going to be dressed up in drag, performing for adults who might come here with ill intent, might be perverts.
I don't disagree with you at all. I didn't know that.
And that's the thing. Nobody knows what's going on, and they come at us like, "Oh, you guys are just being." Not saying you are, but you're just attacking your own community and being assholes. But no, like, people aren't aware of what's going on, and when we try to bring awareness to it, we're liars and we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. And then this is how far. This is what we have to do.
Don't you think there's a lot of disparity about thought in that process?
No, sure there is. It's just that ultimately we all have to live with this at the end of the day. And so if there's factions within our community that we feel are undermining us, then we feel like we have to speak out about it.
I told you earlier, I applaud what you're doing because I appreciate it. Being in law enforcement my entire life, we're trying to protect a lot of people, your own community. It's unfortunate right now that the gay community is being attacked on so
We're not
many
being
different
attacked.
levels.
We are not attacked. We are not attacked. That is a lie. We are the most privileged, most protected community, more than the blacks, more than the minorities, more than you cannot say nothing.
What
You
do call
can
it then?
privilege.
Yeah.
You
Privilege.
call yourself privileged?
Privilege. Yes, I am.
But don't you think a lot of people are trying to make you look?
No, it's because of the
disparity?
people within my community. That's why they're doing that.
I'm sorry, say it again.
It's because of the people in my community doing what they're doing, making people rethink their thought on our lifestyle, on our rights.
I think that is kind of like our concern is ultimately it's like, maybe it is fair to say that there is a new attack on the gay community, but to a certain degree, I almost feel like we brought it on ourselves.
Yeah, we did.
And it's like because after same-sex marriage passed, almost everybody was.
You get all them drag queen story hours that find out they're actually convicted sex offenders.
Yeah.
You got there's so much shit going on, and all we're trying to do is just make sure that we're good out here. That's it.
There was someone
in the heterosexual community. We wonder why you want to get married, because why endure that pain?
I don't want to. I don't. I'm against. I don't want us to get married. I don't. I'm all for.
No, that was funny.
I'm for gay divorce. I'm for gay divorce.
Listen, you guys have a great night.
Yeah, you too.
I appreciate your
So
time.
what? How'd you guys find out who we were?
He recognized your name, and he said, "I don't know, but that name sounds familiar." So he said,
Well, we're really not evil, nasty people.
We just wanted to talk. That's it. And he wouldn't talk, so that's why we had to come here.
I think he's a little kind of like, I don't know what to do right
Like, honestly, if nothing happened, we would want to clear his name and make sure that everyone out there saying what they're saying knows the truth. Okay. We can help the people in our community too if they're being falsely accused.
Well, it's funny you said that because I went online and I was looking for Gay Alliance and anybody else that could help him. And maybe this is what the aspect or the journey he needs to take to try and do that for himself, because it's so unnerving when...
Because he's good. He's a good performer. Like, I was honest when I said I loved his performance.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to get a feel for him. And he looks like he's going through a lot of shit. And he looks very happy to be here around people that care about him. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you can't just push this on a back burner and expect it to go away. So if there's people that are willing to help you discover the truth and get it out there, don't throw that away, because all you're going to be left with is just rumors and lies. And if that's not the case, then you did a disservice to yourself.
Rocky, if you were in his position and know anything
I would be
about you,
I would be out there talking to anybody that would give me a chance. That's the reality, because
Rocky,
excuse me?
How long you been doing this kind of
with this organization? 4 months, but with my whole life and everything I've gone through and everything I've done and the everybody I work with, at least 15 years.
Yeah. And so you have a little more knowledge of this kind of venue or this kind of event. I don't think he's had any knowledge of it. Listen, I'll talk to him.
Sure. You got my card. We're in Appleton. If he wants us, we'll come back. We'll no cameras. We'll just talk and see what he says and see what's going on. And I do expect some legitimate proof, because I can't just go based on this is what I said. This is what they did.
What would be legitimate proof if you're not in the classroom?
What students said it, find out if they lied. There's ways we can go about this to figure out the truth. Talk to the parents, see maybe if they were behind it and just don't like him because he is gay and a drag queen and is lying about it.
He's getting death threats.
We get death threats every day.
I know.
We get death threats every day for trying to protect. But we do it. I know, but it's when you put yourself online. But honestly, when you put yourself online for the world to see,
they evacuated a high school.
When you put yourself online for the world to see, and you're just hiding from what people are accusing you from.
Rocky?
I know. We're just beating a dead horse. So
nothing in this world is black and white. Just so understand that. You know that. He knows that. I know that. So give him a chance. I'll talk to him, and I'll see what I can do to assist your endeavor to make sure that he is not what you think.
No, my endeavor is to protect our community from people like that.
Appreciate it. All right. You guys have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You too.
All right. See you later.
Have a good night.